We are following breaking news now out of the UK. A member of parliament there is dead. He was stabbed while meeting with his constituents. The suspect is now in police custody there. NBC News correspondent Matt Bradley is joining us from London with the latest on this. Matt, I know this is still an unfolding situation there. What do we know about what happened right now?
Yeah, well, we don't know a whole lot. It was only a couple of hours ago, and Essex police are telling the media that they've already apprehended a 25-year-old man who went into what's called a constituent surgery, and that's the word they use here in Britain. It's not anything that it sounds like. It's just a meeting between politicians and the public. These happen all the time. This young man, 25 years old, went in and repeatedly stabbed Sir David Amess and killed him on the site. He was receiving medical care. An air ambulance was flown in to try to treat him. Efforts were made to try to revive him, but we heard very quickly after the attack began that he had died from his wounds. Now, this has already been sending shockwaves through the British political establishment because it's only been 5 years since another member of parliament was stabbed to death back in 2016, and it's raising a lot of questions about the safety of politicians here in Britain.
And so, Matt, I do want to ask you more about that if I can. It makes me think about when Congresswoman Gabby Giffords was shot here in the States a couple of years back. What do we know about security? Do the members of parliament have a security detail with them? And also, I want to know if we know anything more about the young man who was arrested.
We don't know anything about the young man who was arrested. Nothing that it sounds like the police are revealing right now. Most members of parliament would probably have some kind of security, and there was, of course, British police quickly came and tried to deal with the situation. The fact is that this other politician, Jo Cox, who was killed back in 2016, she was killed by a right-wing extremist, and a previous generation of British politicians were repeatedly attacked and assassinated by Northern Irish terrorists. But this generation, this is so shocking because now there doesn't seem to be a motive in this case so far. Of course, this story is going to change dramatically once we find out more about the identity of this 25-year-old man and what his motivation was. But right now, like you were asking, there are a lot of questions that are being raised about why politicians aren't being protected and why so many of them, at least two, have died in the past 5 years. If you can imagine, it would be pretty shocking in the States.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.